So today we're doing the 10th verse of the 7th chapter of the first canto. This is a very, very famous verse. I have personally not given, but I know of devotees who give a 7-day seminar on this one verse. Lord Chaitanya explained this verse twice, and then, of course, Lord Chaitanya did it in minutes, but
61 times.
Do a whole 1-week seminar on just this verse. It's such a big first. Again, this is the Atmaram verse, the 10th verse of the 7th chapter of the first canto. Atmaramascha munayo nirgranta apyukrame kurvantya hetu kim bhaktim ittham bhuta guno harihi. Atmaramascha yamunayo nirgrantha apyukrame kurvantya hetu kim bhaktim ittham bhuta guno harihi. Yamunayo nirgrantha apyukrame kurvantya hetu kim bhaktim itham bhuta guno harihi. Oh, anybody on Zoom wants to recite the verse?
Utvacha atmaramascha munayo nirgrantapye urukrame kurvantyahai tukim bhaktim itambuta guno harihi.
Thank you.
Sutavacha atmaramascha munayo nirgranta api urukrame kurvanti aikutukim bhaktim itam bhutaguno harihi.
Sutavacha atmaramascha munayo nirgrantapye urukrame kurvante ahutikim bhaktim itambuta guno harihi.
Sutta Vacha. Sutta Goswami said, Atmarama, those who take pleasure in Atma, generally spirit self. Cha, also, Monaya, sages, Niragranta, freed from all bondage. qualities are so glorious that he has created the spiritual world by his internal potency and the material world by his external potency. By his all pervading features, he is everywhere present as the supreme truth. And in his personal feature, he is always present in his transcendental abode, Goloka Vrindavan. the stage of adherence, and that for the friendly devotee develops up to the stage of following, and the same is also in case of parental devotees. Devotees in conjugal love develop ecstasy up to the stage of intense feeling of separation. प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So this is an answer to a question. What is the answer? Different varieties of Atmaramas, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire, and render unalloyed devotional service unto the Supreme Lord. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore attract everyone, including the liberated souls. Even the liberated souls who are not interested in anything, they get attracted to Krishna. And why is Sut Goswami saying that? Because yesterday, Shanak Rishi asked a question about Sut Goswami, about Shukdev Goswami. Shanak Rishi asked Sut Goswami a question about Shukdev Goswami. And the question was, Shukdev Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self, Atma Santushta. So why did he take the time and trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? And that vast literature is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Why, when he was already situated on such a high transcendental platform, why did he take up the study of the Bhagavatam? So Sut Goswami is answering him, and the answer is basically, in simple English, Krishna attracted him. Krishna attracted Shukdev Goswami, although he was not interested in anything. When he was born, right away he got up and left his mother and left his father. Didn't even look back. He's just going. And there are so many young girls bathing. And they see Shukdev Goswami, and right away they can tell that he cannot really see our bodies. So they did not cover their bodies upon arrival of Shukdev Goswami, because they could see that he is Tattvadarshi. He is only seeing our soul, not our bodies. And he does not make a distinction between a male form and a female form. To him, it's all the same. So that is the level of Shukdev Goswami at birth. So Shanak Rishi is surprised that why did he take the time and effort to study such a vast literature known as Srimad Bhagavatam? Why did he even study the Bhagavatam? So inside there is an answer in the purport, when Srila Prabhupada is in the purport giving the examples of people getting attracted to the Supreme Lord, or getting attracted to the all attractive, and that is over here. Great sages such as the four Kumaras were attracted by the fragrance of flowers and tulsi leaves anointed with the pulp of sandalwood offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. to Srila Prabhupada's instructions, we still do that. We're hoping that one day we would also get attracted to that sandalwood paste and the fragrance of tulsi and the flowers. It hasn't happened for me yet, but hoping that I would get attracted. And then he talks about Shukdev Goswami. Similarly, Shukdev Goswami was attracted to the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So, Shukdev Goswami is attracted, although he is above and beyond all attraction. He's a young man, not even getting attracted to young women, but he is attracted to Krishna's pastimes. So, there is a Leela about this that is mentioned in explanation of this. It's in some Purana that was quoted, but it is not in the Bhagavad. That when Shukdev Goswami left his mother's ashram, his father's ashram, he had not learned the whole Bhagavatam. He had learned part of the Bhagavatam, and somehow or other, he did not get the 10th canto or the pastimes of the Supreme. So, Maharshi Vedvyas, in order to find this boy, he's somewhere in the jungle. I can't run behind him. I can't find him. Once he's gone out of my vision, he's gone. I can't do anything about it. So he trained up his other disciples on singing of the Bhagavatam shlokas further than what he knows that Shukdev Goswami knows. So these disciples, they went in the form of woodcutters to cut the wood from the jungle. And while cutting the wood and gathering the wood, they would sing these shlokas that describe the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. And Shukdev Goswami got attracted to that and went and grabbed them and said, "Where did you learn this? What is this? Where did you get it? This is really good. Where's the rest of it?" And of course, Maharshi Vedvyas did not teach them the whole thing either. He only taught them parts and portions. But Shukdev Goswami wanted all of it. So he said, "You tell me, where did you get it?" "Oh, we got it from our Guru." "You want it? Come, we'll take you to our Guru. He will give it to you too. We only know this much. We don't know any further. We only know so little. But our Guru knows the rest of it. So if you want, we will take you to our Guru and he will give it. So that way, Maharshi Vedvyas got Shukdev Goswami to come back to him and hear the rest of the Bhagavatam and learn. So that way, he got attracted. And it is also said that before getting all the pastimes of Krishna, he was not so much of a personalist. He wasn't really sure impersonalist or personalist, but after learning the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, after learning the 10th canto, Shukdev Goswami, of course, is Shukdev Goswami, and all of this is a Leela for a point. So, what happened in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes? That Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, went to Puri. And when he was in Puri, he performed this pastime of young, he's new, he's effulgent, he is, he looks so innocent, and on top of that, he's unconscious. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had no option but to get him picked up and brought home. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya brings the Supreme Personality of Godhead home, trying to give shelter to the Supreme Personality of God. Lord Chaitanya arranged it so that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is now giving shelter to the Supreme Lord. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya feels, because he's complete Mayavadi, he's a complete impersonalist, and now he feels that, oh, pity on this sannyasi. He doesn't know anything. He is not dressed properly. He doesn't have the proper tilak markings. He does not behave properly. He doesn't know the Shastra. So, okay, he's young, he's effulgent, he's making an effort. So, I will teach him the Shastra. I will take it upon me to teach him the Shastra. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya teaches his Vedanta Sutras and explains the Vedanta Sutras in impersonal form. So while explaining the Vedanta Sutras in the impersonal form, somehow this question comes up. That is the 9th verse. There is a question that why did Shukdev Goswami get attracted? He was so highly placed, so above everything. Why did he take the time and effort to understand the Bhagavatam? He could have just concentrated on some kind of thought or some kind of Paramatma and just Paramatma within the heart and perfecting his life. But fortunately for Shukdev Goswami, he got attracted to Krishna. Now, this is our side, but they have their side. So, he gave his answer in terms of the 10th verse. The answer is the same. Atmaramasya munyo nirgranta krame kurvante hetu kim bhaktim ittam bhuta guno hari. Answer, he gave the same, but then he gave 9 different explanations of this answer in his impersonal form. How Hari is not actually personal, Hari is impersonal. So he gave 9 different explanations of this Atmaram verse. This is called the famous Atmaram verse. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya gave 9 explanations of the Atmaram verse that look, here, this is the one of the bases of the Mayavad philosophy, that Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not a person. He gives that. And at the end of the 7th day of teaching Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he finally asks Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for 7 days I have been teaching you. You have been so quiet and you are not asking anything. Do you really understand what I have been teaching you for the last 7 days? And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, I understand. I understand everything. I understand the Vedanta Sutra, but your explanations are actually covering the real meaning. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and tells him, Sarvabhauma, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm standing right in front of you. For 7 days, you have been telling me that I am impersonal. Look, I'm here. I am a person. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya understands. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes this verse, the Atmaram verse, and sits down Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and gives him 61 other explanations of the Atmaram verse, with all 61 of them concluding that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a person. So, this is like a game of cards that you throw a 9 and I throw a 61. You think you can explain this verse in 9 ways to make it impersonal? I can explain it in 61 ways to make it personal. So, there is a list of 61 how he explained the 61. I have a list of everything. This is a PowerPoint, the whole seminar to understand this verse completely, to also understand the 61 different explanations given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It takes time. It takes about a week. But we have a list of Atmaram explanations. They are mainly given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. From the whole chapter is dedicated to this, mainly starting from the verse 11 onwards, explains the 61 meanings of Atmara. So, I'll give you a few. A servant of the Lord as his personal associate is Atmaram. A personal friend is Atmaram. Personal parent or similar superior is Atmaram. A personal beloved is Atmaram. This is explained in the verses 27 to 30. And from 31 to 34, it is explained, a servant elevated by spiritual cultivation, a friend by spiritual cultivation, parent and superior devotees by cultivation of devotional service, a beloved wife or female friend by cultivation of devotional service, a mature devotee as a servant, a mature devotee as a friend, a mature devotee as a parent or superior. These are the 61 different meanings of the word Atmara that we're trying to discuss. This is actually a 7-day seminar that it takes to understand the whole explanation to the level whatever we can understand that 61 different meanings of the Atmara that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. And it's, did I say the chapter? It's 24th chapter of the Madhya Lila. The whole chapter is dedicated to this. And then Srila Prabhupada wrote a book called TLC, or Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and in that he dedicated the whole chapter again to explain these 61. The chapter is known as 61 Explanations of Atmaram given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he took a whole chapter
live in British Columbia.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains the word Atmarama in 61 different ways. It is very interesting, and devotees are very attracted to it. So that's why many places this seminar is conducted called Overview of the 61 Explanations of Atmaram Words. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 24. If there's any questions or comments, we can take. This is all we have time for. Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly what is mentioned here, that's what he came for. So I explained how he got attracted to the pastime. You don't